The Best Supporting Actress category is up next, and the nominees are Elle Fanning in Sentimental Value, Inga Ibsdottir, Lilius in Sentimental Value, Amy Madigan in Weapons, Wunomi Mosaku in Sinners, and Teyana Taylor in One Battle After Another. This was probably, I think, the hardest category for me to choose who I would nominate, but after a lot of back and forth with myself and a lot of debate, I would vote for Amy Madigan. Her role in Weapons was delightfully evil, and while she could have easily played a one-dimensional sadist witch, she does give some truly terrifying layers to her villainous role, and the film was that much better for it. When it comes to who I think will actually get the Academy's vote, Teyana Taylor is who I think will actually end up taking home the statue. She did win a Golden Globe, and in all of the awards chatter that I've been hearing online, it does sound like the Academy seems to be leaning in her favor, and honestly, it's really easy to see why. I think many people, myself included, can still have a vivid image in their mind of her shooting that machine gun while heavily pregnant. And although she didn't have an insane amount of screen time, she used every single minute she was on screen to make sure you didn't forget that her character, and thereby her performance, was what drives the entire story of One Battle After Another. But having said that, I think it is important to keep in mind that Amy Madigan actually recently took home the Actors Award for this category, so maybe the Best Supporting Actress race isn't as locked in as folks initially thought, so I guess we'll see what happens this weekend. Best Cinematography is the next category we'll be discussing today, and the nominees are Dan Lustin for Frankenstein, Darius Khondji for Marty Supreme, apologies again for pronunciation, Michael Bowman for One Battle After Another, Autumn Durald Arkapaw for Sinners, and Adolfo Veloso for Train Dreams. Looking over all these movies, I loved the cinematography in all of them. However, the one that stands out in my mind the most is actually Train Dreams. I think it is only fair that I call out my bias here. I did grow up in the P&W, and this film's capturing of it is unmatched. The cinematography takes the simple story of Train Dreams and magnifies it almost into something larger than life. Every shot feels like something out of a fantasy novel, showcasing the vastness and also the intimacy of the landscape and the characters' lives. But when thinking about who the Academy will choose, this one kind of feels like a shot in the dark for me. I don't really have any inclination as to who they're leaning towards, but I guess I'll throw my dart and say Sinners, just because the surge of support for this film has increased a ton over the awards season run, and Sinners, similar to Train Dreams, has a very distinct look and several cinematography shots that are nothing short of an absolute masterclass. So I could easily see Sinners taking home a statue in this category.